Hi y'all, I'm Allison. I am pleased to report I finally heard from Nosilla. She's my character for the Magical Readathon, hosted by G at Book Roast. Nosilla had a great time at school. She's loving her major, Master of Elements. She's made some new friends and really likes all the teachers in the school. But there is one little downside. She noticed that all the students seem to have a conduit and a legacy that they got from their guild. All the other guild members from Order of the Crescent have a familiar, and she doesn't have one. These were extra like little mini readathons done throughout the year that I am just now doing after the fact because I didn't join the challenge until a year later. Now, Nosilla, as we know by now, is a go-getter, and she has decided she had a little break. You know, they got out of school at the end of April, and she doesn't have to report back for her classes again until August 1st. So she's going on a little quest to see if she can find her familiar and a conduit so she'll be prepared for classes in August and be like all the other kids. Because, you know, I don't care how old you are, nobody wants to be left out. So our little dwarf is holding true to form. I think she's got a touch of paranoia or something because she can never just give me a straight answer on what she's going to do. She has to make it all cryptic and send me codes and ways to figure it out. That's right, we're playing some more mini games to keep it all random, and the book will be choosing the prompt, which will choose the conduit or the legacy. By the way, she told me while we were chit-chatting about all of this what she had been doing before I discovered her and asked her to join Orilium Academy. And she sent it to me in a map. One day she just walked out the front door, flipped a coin, and decided to turn to the right. And while wandering along randomly, she managed to finish a series, Stalking Jack the Ripper, during her little breaks. Then about mid-month, she saw a castle looming in the distance, and she started heading that way. It took her to the end of the month to get there, and she was so inspired by this castle, she ended up picking up a book with a building on the cover. And she just kind of hung out on that castle and read The Murder of Mr. Wickham. Apparently the owners of the castle didn't like her squatting on their property. In the beginning of March, a wizard showed up, and she had to duel. There was a fight, and she was so scared that she wasn't going to be able to prevail and get out of there okay. But she managed. In fact, she scored really high on her wizard duel. She got over 4.3 stars by reading The Battle of the Labyrinth. And that was when I contacted her and told her all about Orilium. So she dropped her meandering ways and hurried down the novice path to go to Orilium Academy, where she stayed for the month of April. And now that brings us to the current day. So once classes ended, she knew she had the perfect opportunity because school won't be starting back up till August 1st. So that gives her a good, 3 months to find her conduit and find her spirit animal, her familiar, so she can start school in August on the same plane as everybody else and not feel left out. Now, Nosilla, she never does anything straightforward. She just can't tell me what she did. I don't know if she's a little paranoid. I'm not quite sure what drives her sometimes, but she definitely enjoys being cryptic. And this is no exception. She said she realized she had 2 options. She could either stay at Orilium Academy, stay close to the grounds, and hope to find her conduit there and her familiar. Or she could venture out into the world and go on a little quest and see if they were out beyond the school grounds, specifically heading towards Carador. So what she did, instead of telling me, she has sent me a package. It has a story that she enjoyed during her free time at school, along with some items that sparked her interest once again, like she did way back at the beginning of the year, back in March. And she said, I will know what decision she made based on the page count in the book. So let's go grab that box. I've been sitting here waiting for me to film this video so I can open it with y'all, and we'll find out which way she went. That's right, we're doing a random pick to fulfill the next prompt for Aeldia Adventures. This is an extra challenge that kind of taps into the Magical Readathon, but it's only a 1 prompt per month. And I, of course, am behind. So we're going to see if we can catch up this month. Okay, what we're going to do, let me move y'all. We're going to go back down here to my boxes, and I'm going to randomly pick one. I do have more over there, but I think we're just going to stick with this shelf because it is, you know, we're getting space there. So let's go grab one. Let's go this way. Okay, I have no idea what's in here. It has been opened before, but it's been sitting on the floor for a while. Okay, 1 second. Actually, I've been thinking about this. I've been wanting to read this. The Book of Cold Cases by Simone St. James. And we have presents. Hey, I got this box in April of 2022. So over a year ago. And I am excited to read it. But what we're going to do is flip to the very last page. The last numbered page will tell us which direction she's going. 344 pages. See it? So that means it's obviously an even number. So she is staying at Orilium. Okay. And I will do a separate video for this, opening the gifts and telling y'all what I think about the book, spoiler free, as I read it. So those are always fun to do. A true crime blogger gets more than she bargained for while interviewing the woman acquitted of 2 cold case slayings in this chilling new novel. Yes, this is in Oregon, and it looks like we're going to have 2 timelines, in 1977 and 2017. I'm excited for this. And it is in keeping with my July theme this month of trying to read strictly from U.S. and U.S. authors. Okay, let's get back to what Nosilla's got going. All right, so Nosilla, she kind of just, you know, spent the month roaming the grounds, gathering these items to send to me, and really didn't accomplish much. So she still hasn't found her conduit. But she suspects that she might have some luck if she breaks into the locked library or the main lab at school. So let's find out what she did. Okay, so we're going to spin the wheel to find out if she went to the library or the lab. Where's she sneaking in? Okay, is it going to be a book I own or not? The Drift. Okay. This is obviously a book I already own. In fact, it was on my TBR for June, and I didn't get to it. It was a 5-star prediction. So that means Nosilla snuck into the locked library. I guess she was looking for a conduit in there. Unless she was looking for maybe a mouse for her familiar. I don't know. Okay, I guess she found her conduit in the library, because then she said for July, she knew she was going to have to be out late, you know, only working at night. So she brewed a potion of sleepless nights. And to do that, she had to play one of 3. Okay, for this one, I can only read at night, and I've chosen 3 books. I'm using this as a placeholder. This will actually be To the Nines, which is Janet Ivanovich, the next one in the Stephanie Plum series, which takes place in New Jersey. And then we've got the next one in 39 Clues, Beyond the Grave, and I'm not sure where they're going this time. I would bet Egypt, but it is still Americans, for New Yorkers traveling the world. American abroad, we'll do it that way. And then in a futuristic America, we've got part 2 of the Hunger Games, Catching Fire. Let's find what the criteria will be I did add a couple of new ones in here. I'm going to pretty this up, make my pages more legible. I need to stack this by page count, lowest to highest. So the shortest book to the longest, which means I need to look up Stephanie Plum. 211 pages according to this. Okay, we have it by page count. This one is Stephanie Plum. So now we need to go spin our wheel and find out first, middle, or last. I want to read them all. Last, oldest, longest, lowest, highest, longest, highest, biggest page count, which would be Catching Fire. There we go. This one is still in America, although it's a dystopian America in the future. But it's still here. So I think it still fits. Hopefully that will enable her to find her familiar at night. She can stay up with her little potion. But let's find out exactly what it is she is searching for. I'm going to list what's available on the screen. The first group is available to any student. And then we have the special conduits that are available only to the guild members from Order of a Crescent. So what I have done is I have picked 2 books for each one from the Order of the Crescent and 1 book for each prompt for the regular, broadly available conduits, and put them all on a wheel. So we're going to spin. The book will determine which conduit we get. So let's go pull up our spinner. Okay, I don't know what to hope for. Hunt for the 7th. Awesome, we get the bow. Maybe Katniss. You know, she was channeling Katniss because she was reading about the Hunger Games at night. Okay, so her conduit will be the bow if she manages to find it. And let's find out what familiar she's searching for. I got so excited, I forgot to show y'all the book. Here is the Hunt for the 7th. This is a horror. There's a haunted mansion, 6 dead children, and a garden of statues. So I guess they're looking for the 7th. I got this at a book fair, so I would assume this is a middle grade horror, and I'm intrigued by it. I wonder where it's set. It says somebody died here once. I'm convinced of it. I feel them watching me. Ooh. Usually these, you know, this can be just as scary as the adult ones because they really go for the creep factor. So it doesn't have the setting easily available, but we do have a map. So I will find out as I read it. So I'm excited for that. Okay, what was I doing? Okay, so let's find out what familiar she is searching for. And for that, we're going to have to go back to the 1 of 3. For this, she gave me 3 titles of books with an animal on the cover, saying it was a hint. So we have a fox, we have a swan, and we have a wolf. So let's find out what order I need to put these in. And I think one of those is definitely set in England, but I've been dying to read that book. The Man Who Died Twice, so that's okay. Okay, and we need to put them by acquire date. The one I got first, and the newest would be on the top. The newest would be on the bottom of the stack. Okay, I get to use my reading journal. I got Fenris and Mott in August of 2022, and this Poison Season in December of 2022. The one I got the first goes on top. Okay, so now I just got to find out when I got that one. Is that right? Oldest on top. August comes before December. So I got Fenris and Mott before I got... Okay, so now I have to find out when I got... What do you call it? This. I wonder if it'd be so simple as to have the receipt. No, but I made a note. November 15, 2021. So I got this one first. So this goes on top. Okay, we're in acquire date. November 2021, August 2022, and December of 2022. So let's spin the wheel and find out what our familiar is, or what she's searching for. I don't know if I have a preference. Middle. Okay, I don't have to figure out anything. Fenris and Mott. This is a mythology, a YA, middle grade. So the little girl thinks she is saving a puppy, and it turns out the puppy might be bringing about the end of the world. This goes into the, I am blank, Thor, which Norse mythology. Yeah, he's prophesized to bring about the end of the world by eating the moon. So Mott has to make sure that the hungry pup who's busy munching on lamp posts, cars, and water towers doesn't see California as an appetizer. So again, a set in the U.S. Yay, and I get some mythology. And it's short. So that means her familiar will be a wolf, which is cool. Okay, so all of these will be added to my TBR for Orilium. This fills in Nosilla's gap time. This is what she's doing while she's waiting for school so she can enroll for the next semester. And I'm excited about it. I will be doing the time blocking again, and I'm going to be amping it up once more. So I'm going to be complicating it. If I'm going to have my list ready, where's the challenge in that? You know I'm going to have to do something. Either this is going to be really cool or I'm really going to regret it. We'll have to see if I can pull it off and if it's going to work. I hope y'all enjoyed this. If you want to see what happens to Nosilla and me in the Magical Readathon, be sure and subscribe. And I think what's coming up next is my new little mini game that I just introduced to y'all. I think I figured out what to do from here, and I'm ready to give it another go. It's a great way to kick off the month with reading. All right, keep an eye out. I hope y'all have a great July and a great reading month, and to see you soon. Bye now.